Hi everybody. So today we are going to break down Warrior 2 on our mats. We have Gabe here as our student, as our model. We also have Bentley, our pup CEO here, to assist as well. So we are just going to get started by Gabe taking his Warrior 2. All right, so I'm going to go over just some really basic alignment items for Warrior 2. We start with our feet. So your back foot is the pinky edge side of your foot should be parallel to the back of your mat. Good adjustment. Your front foot should be pointing directly forward. Ideally, if you drew a line from your front heel to the back of your foot, it would land somewhere in the middle of the foot. So you wouldn't be out to the left or further to the right, past the toes or past the heel of your back foot. So as we move up the legs, this back leg is straight, but there's this tiniest bit of bend in that knee just to make sure we're not locking out the joint. And then our front knee is bent. This front knee, it can live behind the ankle. If you unbend a little bit, it can live over top of the ankle. And yes, believe it or not, as long as your body is not giving you any harsh feedback, it can go past the ankle. You just don't really want to see it going past the toes if you're really landing in this shape for an extended period of time. Most people are going to feel more comfortable with the knee either above the ankle or behind it. As we move up the body here, you want your core to be firm. And you want your arms to be reaching out, fingertips spreading, shoulders softened away from ears, top of head reaches up. As far as your gaze, it can either go forward over your front fingers or it can look out to the side, depending on how your neck feels. Go ahead and take a break from that stance for a second. So that is just the basic fundamentals of your Warrior 2. Now for some different variations that you can take based on your body. First one is, go ahead and jump back into it for me. Your arms. If your shoulders are feeling delicate, if you have an injury, if this shape doesn't work for you, bring your hands to heart center. They can either be one on top of the other or prayer hands. So that's an option for your arms. For your legs, the most basic variation is to just not bend as deep into your front knee, right? Another variation you could do is place a block underneath of, let me crawl underneath my husband here, a block under your front foot to give you a little bit of leverage. So there's not really too many different variations of your Warrior 2. Now, if we go into some more specifics about this shape, your front knee, we want it pointing directly forward over the front toes, okay? So if your front knee, and I'm gonna move it how I wouldn't want it, is turned inward, you'll notice that if you look down the front of your body, it is going to be pointing towards the big toe, or maybe even pointing not towards the front. So we do want to make sure that that knee, the line of energy, is coming forward. In regards to the back foot, we want to ensure that the ankle stays safe. So we don't want to press the inner arch. I'm going to make you do it the bad way. The inner arch down towards the mat and lift up this pinky edge side of our foot. We want to push down through the pinky edge side of the foot to lift up the inner arch. When we do that, our big toe mound still presses into the mat and the inside of our heel still presses into the mat. So the only part that's lifting from the foot is that inner arch. Go ahead and take a break from that. Okay, so I'm going to show on my body because this is a little bit harder to explain and set up. I'm going to show you a way that you can bring a strap into this shape to really feel out this shape. So if you have a strap, you will most likely have D-rings on. Let me undo this. on just one side. Okay, we have 2 D-rings on one side here. If you don't have this, you could tie a knot into your strap. But if you have the 2 D-rings, you're gonna feed the tail through both of those rings, and then you're gonna fold it back over itself, splitting the rings coming in between. Okay, so that's gonna make this taut. From here, we'll come to the top of our mat, and we are gonna step through with our left foot, whichever foot is gonna be forward. Then you're going to bring the D-rings to the front of your left hip, that front leg, the one that's through the strap. Going to place the sole of your right foot, the back foot, into the strap and start to walk that foot back, setting up a warrior 2. You're gonna see I have a lot of slack here. So when you have slack, you're gonna tighten your D-ring by pulling on the tail until you have tension there. So from here, we're really gonna feel the shape. We're gonna feel how our left hip should be pulling back, okay? And you can continue to kind of tighten this until you feel that tension and our strap is taut here. This is also really great for holding your warrior 2 shape and moving into reverse warrior. Sometimes we start to straighten when we come into a reverse warrior. When I do that, you see that this strap becomes a little not so taut. So it's a good reminder to keep sinking into your front knee as you move into that reverse warrior. If you have any additional questions on Warrior 2, or there's a shape that you'd like to see us break down next time we pop in for a shape breakdown, then drop it in the comments below. I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you all soon.